There you go. You're going. We're recording. You're live.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'd like to call to order the Architectural Commission special meeting for Monday, May 24th. The item that we're considering is a request for signage for the Sock Monkey Museum, which was formerly the Pear Tree Shop. And it's the property located at 210 Robert Parker Coffin Road within the B1 Historic District. Jim, if you would please provide us with some background on this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lynn. You are correct. The property is at 210 Robert Parker Coffin Road. It's more or less across from Mel's Marathon. The petitioner is submitting a request for two signs. One would be a hanging sign, double-faced, measuring, well, there's actually two parts to it, but the top part of the sign would measure 7.2 square feet, and there would be a hanging panel below that measuring another 3.9 square feet. Both would be, I believe, on the Robert Parker Coffin side of the building and mounted from the building with a decorative support bracket. The hanging sign would be about 16 feet above grade. Additionally, they're proposing a wall sign that would measure 13 square feet and would be 18 feet from grade to the bottom of the sign. In total, 24.7 square feet of signage is proposed. It would be, signage would be made of plywood, raised sandblasted letters, red, gold, and dark brown lettering on a white background. Non-illuminated as far as I can tell, unless there's existing illumination that I'm not aware of. There was no request for illumination included with the signage. Per my records, they have approximately 4,500 square feet of floor area in the building, which entitles them to 30 square feet of signage. At 24.7 square feet, they are in conformance with the village code with regard to the amount of signage at that location. Additionally, they're proposing a hanging sign and a wall sign. That is also within the parameters of the village code for signage. They can have a hanging sign, a canopy sign, a wall sign, a freestanding sign, but they can't have two of the same kind of sign. So they're having a hanging sign, a wall sign. That fits in with the village code. Again, the signage is permissible from the regulatory perspective. I have attached the downtown design guidelines for your review. You should consider those as well as signage in the other area or signage that is close by this building, in the proximity of the building, in your deliberations regarding approval of the request. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Okay.
The applicant is also here, by the way. I'm sorry, Lee, go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's, yes. And I'm not seeing, all right, I don't see the, oh, I do. Okay. All right. Hi, I see you.
Hi.
Hi. Is there anything you'd like to add to what Jim said before I open it up to comments from the board?
I just wanted to thank everybody for their time tonight and for being here for this this exception. So we do appreciate you looking at this tonight.
Okay. You're quite welcome. All right, then I'm going to open this up to everybody on the board for comments, responses.
I like the signs, me personally.
Thank you.
I do too. I mean, are we all of one mind then? Is there anybody who has any comments or wants to see something tweaked or color materials, or are we all good?
I think it's attractive and eye-catching, which is what I think will be necessary to attract clientele.
Thank you.
And
I'm
I
a
think
big fan of hanging signs personally, and I like the fact that we're back to wood signs.
yeah, I was going to say it's in keeping with the whole that aesthetic that I guess, that we're looking for. So that's very good.
Is that street lamp, there's a street lamp right there next to your sign. Will it help light up at night?
It should
That's
help.
why we thought we
That's-
wouldn't have
yeah.
to light it.
Exactly. That's why we didn't have any illumination included
Okay.
with it. And it was a little more expensive to do it this way, but we really wanted it to come out nice. And, you know, like you said, attract people.
Any further comments, responses? Then I just want to remind whoever makes a motion on this to also request a detail showing the sign attachment and mounting for both signs that would be submitted to staff. So that would be the additional thing that we would want to see. So Jim, you're okay with that? We'll send that to you then?
Yeah, and I've dealt with Roman signs before. I know how they attach the signs to the building, and I don't think it will be an issue for them to provide us with that information.
Okay, all right, so we'll roll that request into the motion. So if we are all okay with this, with these two signs, can somebody please make a motion on this? Anybody?
Sure, I will.
George,
Anybody can jump in.
I think
Go
I'm
ahead.
stepping into George's role. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'm
really.
happy
So true.
Go
Bear
ahead,
with
Jean.
me, But I'm happy to make a motion to approve the sign for the Sock Monkey Museum at 210 Robert Parker Coffin Road as submitted, provided that the petitioner provides drawings or specs of the mounting mechanisms to staff.
Okay, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye,
Yay.
okay, so moved.
Yay.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
We really
Congratulations.
appreciate
Good luck.
Good luck.
Best of luck to
When
you.
when are you opening?
We hope to open by the end of July.
Are you gonna have Sock Monkey dog toys?
Um,
My dog loves them.
well, then we have to have them.
Give him a little background.
Yeah, I don't know if you know about the museum really, but I have a large vintage collection. So it's going to be on display up and down. And then the top portion is going to be a museum that's dedicated to actually the monkey itself. But what makes up the monkey is the pair of the Red Hill socks that are made in Rockford and have been all along. And then I have a history of socks in general up there as well. As I looked around and I could not find a sock museum anywhere. So have that as well. And then downstairs will be some retail and some sock monkey making workshop for birthday parties, but then as well as for adults. And the museum kind of continues down a little bit to the second and first floor. So there'll be something hopefully for everybody, all ages, on both floors.
Yeah, picture like a Build-A-Bear, because that's what it'll be like. You'll not only build sock monkeys, but you'll be able to build all sock monkeys' friends. He's going to have a snowman. He's going to have what else? Unicorn and all kinds of things.
Yeah, there'll be.
So
all
it'll be very
different-
neat. And she added the educational part. So now schools can come and do field trips because it's actually accredited towards education. So it's very thought out. We had to, it's taking a long time because she had to pivot through COVID because everything was touch and interacting. And then now she went to more motion and non-touch to make it work a little better.
Yeah, well said. And
Sorry, she didn't give me a chair at the table. I'm the sidekick.
yeah, so that summarizes it. But I think it should be a fun experience and bring up some nostalgia for people, as well as introduce them, maybe some people new experience. But I think everybody will learn something from being there as well.
Yes, and once she gets it open, we're going to get it certified with Guinness, because I keep telling everybody it's the largest vintage collection in the world, and she keeps yelling at me that we haven't proved that yet. So Guinness said, once we're open, they're gonna come out and certify us, and we'll be like the largest ball of yarn in the country, or the largest, so people will want to come to see this. Trying to get people to Long Grove. That's my job.
Great.
Oh,
I
this is-
appreciate that.
This is Jim, just for the applicants. I'm going to try to see if I can get this to the village president for inclusion on the agenda tomorrow night. I don't know if that's going to happen, so it may be 2 weeks before the village board can consider it. But I will try. That's all I can tell you at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's just Roman's out 6 to 8 weeks, so we really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys squeezing us in for this to move it forward. Because the goal is trying to get open by July 14th, but she keeps telling me,
The end of.
say the end of July, but we're trying.
I think with what you heard tonight, you're probably safe in having them start to construct your sign.
Okay.
There is a slight risk there, I think, but with a unanimous approval from this board, I don't see the village board objecting. So that's really up to you.
Okay.
But they do need to ratify essentially what happened here tonight. If you want to, start Roman signs down the road and getting your stuff together, that's up to you.
Okay.
I think it's fairly safe, but one never knows.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Okay, then on that note, also everybody did get a copy of the omens letter. I guess, Jim, should we just raise that as other business then? Maybe just.
Yeah, I just put that in there. That's already been forwarded to the village
Okay.
board. I just wanted you all to see it. I got comments from many of you, and I thank you for those. This is the final draft that kind of incorporates what everybody had to say, and it's going to the board tomorrow night as part of my report, hopefully from both meetings.
So Jim, I don't know if you have driven past there recently, but I have noticed, so I haven't gotten out of the car in case any of you are wondering, but I do drive by there at least 75 times a day, up and down 83. And I have noticed that there is some very large equipment there, large trucks. It appears to be construction equipment. I
There was
don't
a
know what's
yeah.
going on there.
There was
I
a
don't know
porta
if there-
potty too. They had like a portable John there as well. And I saw what you saw. But I don't know if they're just allowing that parking lot to be used as a staging area for some other project going somewhere else,
For the road.
May have nothing to do with that property.
Yeah, no, it's
So,
for construction on the road. I can see.
okay,
That could very
Oh.
well be. I can drive by and take a look at it. I wasn't aware of that, but that could
Oh,
very well be.
I was wondering if they were going to, if they had, I didn't know if they had started some type of demolition process or if they had
I doubt
requested a
it.
permit or anything. No?
There are permits that are required for that, Gene, and I have not seen permits. I generally
I
get
figured that.
yeah,
copy of the application simply to see. Here's the deal: if it's a non-conforming situation and they take it down, they lose their non-conformity. So that's really what I'm looking at it for. I mean, if they're willing to work within the parameters of whatever approvals or the zoning ordinance says, that's all well and good. But if they lose their nonconformity, that could be somewhat of a hardship, in some instances. So I have not seen any demo permits.
Okay. The equipment that's there, these very large trucks have been there for several days. So,
Well, Laura, whoever said could possibly be right. It could be because I know they are doing some work on 83 there.
Yeah.
And I believe it's I'll call it roving. They're kind of moving down the road. So it could very well be a staging area for their equipment. I'm going to assume that IDOT has some sort of easement or some sort of agreement for that. So I don't necessarily have a problem with the temporary use like that.
just wanted you to be aware for the meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
I have a question on that it's a dog camp thing, Camp Canine. Did
Yeah.
they get like signage approval or anything? Did they just put things up?
Boy, that's a really good question.
I don't remember.
I don't
Uh,
remember signage coming to you.
Right.
We looked at a usage for that, I think.
You did?
Oh, no, it wasn't us. It was the, I
Plan
think it was the
commission.
Plan Commission.
Correct.
That never came before us, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, he
That's a
said,
really good. That's a really good point because I just got an email from him today about their grand opening, and I think you're right, Laura. I don't believe there's been any signage, so
no,
Yeah,
I
no.
he's
called.
going to get a friendly response from me tomorrow.
I called him, not for this, just because I was curious about, for my dog, for when I
Right.
go on vacation, as a boarding place. And I was just asking questions, and then he was saying, oh, no, we're ready to open. And on his Facebook, he goes, no, I already put up my sign and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, you did? Really?
Oh,
Okay.
where is that?
He goes, I didn't need a permit. I don't need, because it was already existing. He said. It was
Where is this Camp
No.
Canine?
The Geimer Greenhouse property.
Oh,
Correct.
You know where that is?
Sure.
Jean, you know where,
53.
no,
Yeah, I
okay.
didn't know there was a dog camp there.
It's called
Yeah.
Camp with a K, Camp K9.
K9. It's a dog boarding facility, as Laura pointed out. They've done a lot of work to the building. It's supposed to be really top notch, from what I understand. A very nice facility. And the guy was a corporate. I don't know exactly what he did in the corporate world, but he got tired of it. Dogs. He's a dog lover. So he saw a niche. Apparently, this is a very fast-growing market, and he's taking advantage of it. So, I would give it a try. He's a real nice guy. His name's Dave Jenner, but he is going to get an email from me tomorrow, and I believe he was told he needed to bring signage back for further consideration. So I don't know where he got that exempt thing, unless he's got like window signage or something, which I really
No,
doubt.
he said it was like a panel that there was other people with signs and his was just part of it or something.
Well, their website
Well-
says construction is underway with photographs of interior construction, but I don't see any
Look on
signs.
Facebook.
Right, you're
I don't
right,
have
Gene, and that's
Facebook.
what it's.
Long Grove
That's
put
what,
them up.
that's what's transpired to date. He's been doing
Mhm.
interior renovations. He had a few bumps along the way, but I think he's got those all worked out. But signage should come back to you all for
Yeah,
review.
yeah. So make sure, he does that. If it's,
I'm
that's happened.
thrilled.
I mean, that's happened on other occasions where it's come back to us after the fact. I don't remember when exactly, but I know we've dealt with that before. So, yeah.
And Geimer's is a little weird. I mean, the whole thing was approved as a PUD, so we have to be kind of flexible, and I think, work to help them out within the parameters that are given to us to the greatest
Yeah,
extent
I think it's
possible.
great that property is being used.
Well, yeah, and it's a temporary.
Here.
use.
Let's see if I
Yeah.
can show you. All it is just a text that says Camp Canine. Because it's by Davy Tree Expert Company, and then it says Davy Resource Group, and then there's another section that says Camp Canine. So it's not a big deal, I guess. It's
Well, let me look at it. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
he is correct with the panel sign. I don't remember that we did look at. There was a brand new panel sign that was put up there, and I don't know if any of you are familiar, other than Lynn, with Long Grove Commons, but the clock tower that's there has panels on it, and as long as those panels are in conformance with what was previously approved, they can be swapped out. And I
that's
don't
what it
know-
is. That's
Yeah,
what it
I
is.
don't know if we
So-
put a condition on that when we approved that new monument sign. They came back a couple of years ago and actually put in a brand new monument sign. So I have to double check that approval.
But I mean, you're talking about the approval though for the Davy Tree. We didn't,
No,
we
no.
did approve.
Here,
There was
Yeah.
something with the Davy Tree, right? Or am I thinking of the Plan Commission again?
No. You're thinking of Davy Tree. You're absolutely correct. They put in a brand new monument sign.
Right, okay, I
And,
remember
and I
that.
can't remember if we did like we did with Long Grove Commons clock tower, where if they were putting a panel in that was so wide and said, you know.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Okay.
Here,
Right.
Can I,
I'll have to
here, I'm gonna
double
share
check
my
that.
screen. Here, hold on one second. I'm gonna see. Oh, no. The host won't let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Can you allow it?
Yes, mother.
I'm gonna show you.
There you go. You're a co-host now. Okay.